Hello students, good morning to all. So today class we are going to discuss about the Fischer and Stroke carbene in organometallic chemistry. So basically we might have heard that Fischer and Stroke carbene are having that metal carbon double bond, right? So those compounds which are having a direct metal carbon double bond can be considered as organometallic compounds. So these are the Fischer and Stroke carbene, also a part of organometallic chemistry. You could see here, this is the structure of Fischer carbenes, where you can observe the carbene is donating a pair of electrons to the metal. At the same time, it is going to accept a pair of electrons from the metal back. So this is having a pi back bonding. And here, these two electrons are usually exist in this state, singlet state with existing opposite spin. But in the case of Stroke carbenes, where the carbene having a pair of electrons but which are having a similar spin, and that's why this can be considered as a triplet state. As we know, in the energy point of view, the triplets are generally lower energy and higher stability than singlet. So that's why the Stroke carbenes are more stable than Fischer carbenes. So first we will see the definition of a carbene. So first you can see this one. What is the definition of a carbene? So here the carbenes are a neutral carbon species and which contains a non-bonding valency pair of electrons. You can see this is a neutral carbenes which are having a pair of electrons, and the simplest example for the carbene you can say that is a CH2, that is a methylene, because which is consisting a non-bonding pair of electrons. So the total valency electrons, it contains total valency electrons how many? 6. And this pair of electrons, it can accommodate either in the form of paired or in the form of unpaired. So if it is existing in the pair, then you can say that is a singlet and it can be said to be as a Fischer carbenes. If it is unpaired, then this can be said to be as a Stroke carbenes, right? As I said earlier, the Stroke carbenes are existing in the triplet state which are having a lower energy. The energy is 8 kilocalorie per mole, lower energy and getting more stability. So here you can see in the singlet state of a carbenes are having spin paired electrons, and so it used to exist in a Zwitter ionic character, and as a result these are highly reactive. These are having existing highly reactive. And coming to the Stroke carbene atoms, these are also a triplet state carbenes and which are considered, here you can see this can be considered. This is a triplet state of carbene and it can be considered as a ground state, and still it is highly reactive than normal species. So the chemical behavior is similar to the radical chemistry because this is unpaired electron, so it will work as a radical chemistry. And you can notice these carbenes generally observed as intermediates in majority of organic reactions. So now I am going to discuss the basic differences between these Fischer and Stroke carbenes. So here you can see, here I have listed some few differences between the Fischer and Stroke carbenes. First I am going to talk about the Fischer carbenes. Here in the Fischer carbenes, the carbenes which are giving a pair of electrons, donating a pair of electrons to the metal, at the same time which are accepting a pair of electrons back from the metal. See here, but this back bonding is a very poorly back bonding metals. Here this is a poor back bonding metals. See here, usually this is a pi donating R groups which will stabilize this Fischer carbenes. Donating means donor substance like OR or NR2, such groups which can donate more electrons to the carbene carbon can stabilize this Fischer carbenes more. And moreover, as it is having high electron density, so this can be said to be electrophilic at carbon center. This is electrophilic at carbon center. Generally you can say Fischer carbenes will exist as a singlet and electrophilic. This is very important. And here if you notice the hybridization point of view, this carbene carbon generally undergoes sp2 hybridization. You can notice here total 3 hybrid orbitals are involving in the hybridization, that is 2 p orbitals and 1 s orbital. So here this is undergoing sp2 hybridization, and the non-bonding electrons are having opposite spin. These are the two non-bonding electrons in the carbene. If you notice, this is a carbene, right, CH2. This is having a two non-bonding electrons which are having opposite spin, and it occupies the sp2 hybrid orbital. And you can also notice this XCY bond angle. For example, imagine these are the three atoms. The bond angle generally can be considered as 100 to 110 degree. But when we discuss about the SRO carbons here, these two non-bonding electrons will not get paired up and it will be remain as unoccupied and having a same spin and which is existing in the triplet state, but hybridization is same. But here non-bonding electrons are existing with a similar spin, so this can be said to be as a triplet state. And here the HCY bond angle, this bond angle can be said to be as 130 degree, which is more than this one. So generally SRO carbons are having more bond angle and it is also having a more stability and having less energy, and which used to exist in a triplet state, which is also said to be a ground state. So here I am going to discuss the basic differences in point wise. The first difference you can look at here. This is the first difference. The Fischer carbons are electrophilic at carbon center. Electrophilic means which are electronically rich. Here you see this one. This is electrophilic carbon center. So as it is electrophilic carbon center, it can accept a pair of electrons from the metal back here. And here the pi acceptor metal ligands, you can consider this is a pi acceptor metal ligands. And also you can say the pi donor substance on the methylene group will stabilize the Fischer carbons. So if it is a pi donor substance like NR2, OR, methoxy, such groups which can donate a pair of electrons will become stabilize the Fischer carbon because it is electrophilic in nature, right? That's why. And most of the Fischer carbons generally obeys the 18 electron rule. So this is very important. And when we talk about the MC bond in the Fischer carbons, this is a MC bond. This one you can see this is a sigma bond and this is a pi bond. This is having a double bond character. See, it is connected through a metal double bond character. If you talk about MC bond strength, in the case of Fischer carbons, this is relatively weak. Why? Because the carbon is electrophilic in nature and that cannot donate properly without presence of electron donating groups. So that's why this MC bond can be considered as a relatively weak in the case of Fischer carbons, and also it is having a low rotational barrier. So this is having a low rotational barrier when we talk about MC bond. It will be exactly opposite in the case of a SRO carbons. You can see here this MC bond strength is relatively stronger in the case of SRO carbons. See here this one. This is actually donating one electron to the metal, another electron is equally shared. You can see this one. And moreover, this carbon is nucleophilic at the nucleophilic nature, and it is this MC bond is relatively stronger than in the case of a Fischer carbons. And if it is a stronger, relatively strong means you can also say it is having a large rotational energy barrier. So this is the basic differences between the Fischer and SRO carbons. So from this part, the questions can be asked like this. The first question you can see here, they are asking the reaction of tungsten CO6. You know that tungsten CO6 generally exists in octahedral shape. So as we know, this is a CO bond is polarized here. Any one of the CO is getting polarized in presence of methyl lithium. So as we know that methyl lithium is having a partial positive, negative and partial positive charge in the case of lithium. If it is getting polarized, this O minus is easily attacks with a lithium, combined with lithium, and this methyl is trying to combine with a carbon. So what it will happen, it is going to form, that is a CO5 tungsten, and it is having O lithium, and which is further connected with a methyl. And here you can notice carefully. So here before it is undergoing a reaction, you can see this carbon CO is getting double bond, and this is having a double bond character because as it shows the back bonding. So here it is having a double bond. So this is going to form a carbene. At the same time, this is going to undergoing a reaction with a diazomethane. So CH2N2, which is a source of methane. So this is further connected with a OMe. This lithium fragment is getting replaced with Me, and finally it is going to form what carbene? It is going to form a Fischer carbene, right? because where the metal is actually having very low oxidation state. Metal with low oxidation state favors for the formation of a Fischer carbene. So this is a CH3, OCH3, and this is considered as Me. So another case in this reaction, this is a Cp2 tantalum Me2. Here you can consider this is a Cp ligand, that is a cyclopentadiene, and this is a tantalum which is further attached to the Me ligand. So where tantalum is having a coordination number 4, and notice here in this reaction this complex used to exist in the form of positive and which is further stabilized with I- iodine. When it treated with the strongest base like sodium ethoxide, and which is providing methoxy as a strongest base, conjugate base, which will immediately abstract one of the acidic hydrogen present in a methyl. So what it will happen, the tantalum is attached to the CH3, one of the hydrogen from CH3 is getting abstracted from the tantalum because O-ethyl is the strongest conjugate base which can abstract H+, and further it is forming CH2 double bond. So ultimately it is going to form what? That is a Cp2 tantalum. One CH3 remain is intact. It is not going to attack by the OMe or OR. So one of the CH2 is getting attacked by ethoxy fragment and it is getting converting as CH2. So finally it is going to form a Stroke carbene. So sometime the question can be asked, write the preparation method of Fischer carbene. You can write this one, and this is the preparation method of Stroke carbene. So the next question regarding this, the correct statement about a Fischer carbene. As we have already discussed that a Fischer carbene atom, the carbon should have a pi donor. So this is the right answer. And it should not have pi donor ligands. If it is do not have pi donor ligands, it will not be stabilized because the carbene carbon is electrophilic, right? For stabilizing this, it requires pi donor ligands. The third statement, it is a triplet. No, because in the Fischer carbene, the carbene is actually singlet, right? Opposite spin. So this is also wrong. And the carbon is nucleophilic. No, it is electrophilic. So here you can say the option A will be the right answer. Come to the next question. This one, they have given a molecule, and here they are telling that it is obeys 18 electron rule. That means this molecule already obeys 18 electron rule. So find out which of the metals, which of the below metals are obeys this condition. So look at this one. Chromium is having outermost 6 electrons, and here it is attached to the 5 COs. That means each CO is contributing 2 electrons. So 5 COs means it is providing 10 electrons, and which is having a double bond connection with another carbene carbon. So coming 2 electrons from this bond. So total it became 18 electrons. And in the case of rhenium, which is providing 7 electrons, but it is in +1 oxidation state, this is also providing 6, the remaining same, right, 18. So this pair of metals actually obeys 18 electron. Come to this one. In the case of vanadium, as we know that the vanadium case, it is having a 5 electrons only. So coming 10 electrons from the carbonyl and coming 2 electrons from this double bond. So it is having only 17 electrons. So in all these options you can say vanadium is there. So all will not obey the 18 electron rule. So next, very simple question, but it is a majority of the time the question can be asked in this manner. So what is the Stroke carbenes are? Generally Stroke carbenes are triplet. So you can eliminate these two options. And you know that Stroke carbenes are nucleophilic in nature. So option A will be the right answer. Come to the fifth question, that is a Fischer carbenes. As we know that Fischer carbenes are electrophilic in nature. So these two will become wrong because these two are nucleophilic. And as we know that Fischer carbenes generally exist in a singlet, right? So option D will be the right answer. So thanks for attending the class.